Hello. So let's see how this works with the recording. I'm recording this with my phone. Yeah, this is my NAS, network attached storage. It's a computer with a couple of hard drives in it. You can actually see some of them, and I should mention right away that these drives are for testing only right now because these are old. So I got like 5 1 terabyte drives and 3 500 gig drives. These are mechanical drives, and you can actually see them on the right here. So there are 8 drives right now. You can fit 12 in the front here. And also there are some hard drive bays underneath this cover. I removed them because they are in the way a little bit, and I'm not going to need them either. But anyway, this case is the Fractal Design. It's the Define 7XL, and it was released in 2020. So when I record this video, it's 4 years old, the design, because it's July 2024 when I record this. So yeah, so nothing really special. I thought I would do kind of a case review as well, because I used to have an really old case, 15 years old, and yeah, I decided to go with mechanical drives instead, because you get a lot more storage for the money, and I'm just going to have it like store stuff for storage basically, so I don't need it to be super fast. But anyway, so the top cover here, this by the way is the solid case or sound dampening. It doesn't have a glass panel, it's just a regular metal plate, because this computer or this NAS is going to be in a different room, so I don't need the glass. And the top, by the way, comes with a sound dampening sort of metal cover. The case also comes with a sort of for the fans. It has holes like you can see here maybe. So you can see that I got 2 fans there, so you can swap this out to a sort of a fan version of the top. It's really easy to replace. Just you don't need any tools. Just pull it up and just swap it. There are in the front top right here, you got the power button and the reset button, and you also got 2 USB 3 ports and 2 USB 2. The USB 3 goes actually to this header over here, but for some reason I'm not getting the USB 3 to work. I don't know if it's something with the connection on the motherboard or whatever. There's also USB-C at the top, and that's for this cable over here. So for example, if I want to install an operating system like TrueNAS, I can just have a USB stick at the top. But yeah, and also you can see when I turn it around a little bit, the hard drive base, normally it comes with I think you call it caddies. It comes with 6 in total with the case. I actually got a second case of this. That's going to be in my main computer. So, and my main computer is not going to have any mechanical drives. So I just borrowed those caddies from that case. So I got 12 in this one, and that's the exact amount that I'm going to have, because I got an HBA card here, you see with the fan, the top one, and that's an 8-port HBA card, so that can manage all these 8 drives that are in now. And then of course you have these SATA ports on the motherboard, that's for another 4, so 8 plus 4 is 12. So yeah, 12 drives in total. And this is an LSI card, and it's called 9300-8i. And the I stands for internal connections. There are 2 connections here, and these are mini SAS connectors, and in the other end there are just regular SATA connections, and you will see those when I turn the computer around. The motherboard got 2.5 gigabit network built in, but I disabled that because I got this red card instead, and this is a 10 gigabit card. It's a NAS, so I want to have fast speeds, transfer speeds. Also, the CPU is just a simple 12th gen CPU. It's the i3 12100. It's a non-K CPU, so you can't overclock it, and I don't care about overclocking my NAS either. This motherboard can handle DDR4 memory, so I installed 128 gigabyte of DDR4, and these are actually 2666 memories. The speed works just fine. Nothing special about it. Yeah, the CPU, the 12100, it has 4 cores and 4 threads. So 4 cores, 4 threads, total 8 threads, so to speak. And that's enough for the stuff that I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to run TrueNAS Core, no, not Core, TrueNAS Scale, actually, because I tried to install a TrueNAS Core on this one, but as you can see, I don't have any graphics card in here. I just use the graphics inside the CPU. And when you do that with this motherboard, it will disable a thing called CSM, which basically is a BIOS, the old BIOS support. And TrueNAS Core doesn't like UEFI, it seems to be, because I can't install it without the CSM. So that's why I chose the TrueNAS Scale instead. Because, yeah, I'm used to TrueNAS. Yeah, so the case is quite heavy by itself. It's about 16 kilograms. That's about 35 pounds. And then of course you add motherboard and the CPU cooler and the hard drives and all the cables. The power supply is kind of heavy. Right now I got the 1000-watt power supply in there, and you will see more when I turn it around. That's quite heavy. So yeah, the computer right now is about 25 kilograms, and I think that's about 55 pounds. So around there. So it's quite big. Yeah, so there's not much here. You can see a couple of drives there. On the side, let's see if I can move the camera a little bit towards the side. There are the drives. Right now there's 8 of them at the bottom and up, and the top 4 is empty, but I just have the caddies there for the airflow thing, so it will be better airflow. for everything. So let's see if I can actually turn the computer around. By the way, the fans, all of the fans, case fans, are 140 millimeter fans, and the case came with 3 fans, and they're regular 3-pin fans, and there were 2 in the front and 1 in the back. And I actually got 4 extra fans, the same model as the 3-pin, but these are the 4-pin PWM drives or fans. So I got 2 in the top, 1 in the back, and then you will see when I turn around, 1 in the bottom here as well. I also removed the front or the front door. You can't really see it here because the front door were kind of hindering the airflow. So yeah, and you can fit another 140 millimeter fan at the top, but it won't fit right now because the top hard drive will sort of collide with the fan, so that's why I only have 2 here. And I got 3 140 at the front, pushing air, plus the bottom one. So yeah, the case is also in so-called storage mode, because this panel here is right now on this side, so you can have hard drives in here. By default, this panel is way back here at the motherboard by default, so you can actually see the fans. It also have a plastic cover, so it will cover up all the screw holes and stuff, but yeah, it doesn't really matter right now. You can actually use screws here to fasten the caddies a little bit better. Yeah, and I also have this plastic cover removed because it's a little bit tricky to remove it when the caddies are installed, because you need to push the some plastic stuff from the inside. So yeah, what else? Yeah, so let's turn it around so we can talk a little bit more about other stuff. Okay, this is the other side, and you can see that I got the cover on, and it's the same type of cover on the other side, so no glass panel. And these are really easy to remove, no screws, so no tools needed. At the top here there's a little, I don't know, hatch or whatever. So the only thing that you need to remove it is to pull this out and pull it up a little bit, and it's gone. And let's see if I just flip it a little bit. It's kind of big. On the inside you can see this sound dampening material, and it kind of smell a little bit funny about this one. So when the computer is on, the room will kind of smell a bit funny. But yeah, this is the sort of back side or the other side of the motherboard tray. And here you can see all the drives and stuff, and I tried to do some cable management here. Let's see if I can turn on the light on the, it doesn't matter really. So I tried to do some cable management in here. So let's see, there's 3 fans in the front. They are 140 millimeter each. And yeah, and then we have 1 fan in the bottom there, as you can see. And that fan is blowing air up through. There are some ventilation holes in the cover plate there. So, and I'm going to do the same thing on the main computer because it will give the graphics card a little bit better air, or cooler air at least. Yeah, so you can have at the top there's a bracket for it, so you can have 2 5.25 inch devices. For example, well, if you want to have a Blu-ray player or whatever, or burner, you can have it there. What I'm going to have in my main computer is actually, let's see if I can get this, one of these. Yeah, that's the back side. You can see got a bunch of stuff, and the front, see, it's kind of small. You can see the front there, and you can have 6 2.5 inch drives in this one. So in my main computer I will have 6 SSDs in here, and you just put them in that bracket up there. This is a NAS, so I'm not going to have any SSDs. I'm just going to have mechanical drives, so that's why I can have the fans right at the top, because if I put that bracket I have to push down the fans a little bit. I wish you could actually mount these 5.25 inch drives at the bottom, but you can't, just at the top. It's kind of a sad thing, but yeah. And then we have all the hard drives, the caddies. Right now you can see that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I got 4 empty at the top. So later on I will completely fill this up with 12 drives. And you can see also these are these blue cables. These are the SATA sort of cables, connectors. And the nice thing with these cables, they are marked P1, P2, P3, and P4. So there are 4 connectors on each cable. So there are 2 cables going from the HBA card. And what I've done is that I also have the extra cables at the top here. These 4 go to the motherboard. You can see them go back there. So this will be for the last 4 drives, and they are numbered as well. So that's really nice. Yeah, so right now I'm going to swap this out later on, so that I didn't do that much cable management on the SATA cables, but these are kind of soft, but also a little bit stiff, so you can bend them kind of easy, but they kind of stay. They kind of remember how it's well, anyway. So here comes the 2 cables from the red card. These are, I think they are 1 meter long. So let's see, 10 inches is 25 centimeters. So 25, 50, so 10, they are 40 inches long. So yeah, that's why I wanted to have long cables, because I wanted them to be able to reach all the way to the top without having them going like a mess. I want to have some kind of cable management. And yeah, so that's the hard drives, the fans in the front, the fan at the bottom, and here's the power supply back there. It's the RM1000X. So yeah, and one nice thing, these are the fans in the front. are the 3-pin fans, and they came with the case. And those cables for the fans, these fans are really, really long. So even the bottom fan there, it goes up over there at the top, and then down a little bit, and then to this fan hub here. So all the front fans are connected to this 3-pin over here. And then we have 3 4-pin connectors here at the fan hub. And those are the PWM fans. So the 2 top fans and the back are connected to these 3 connectors. And then you have a power connector, of course, and it's this little cable here. And then you have a so-called PWM cable, and that's for so the motherboard knows how fast the fans are spinning, and that's connected to the motherboard. So yeah, this is sort of the backside of it all. It's really nice to work with this case, and I was pretty happy with the cable length as well. Also, this power supply, by the way, have 14 SATA connectors for the power. And yeah, I only have 12 drives, so that's perfect. And the cables, they were kind of flat, so I did a little separate thing with these, but they will reach all the way to the top. As you can see, I got a couple of extra for the drives at the top. So yeah, that's kind of nice. And I also did some cable management here in the bottom because I have the fan. And you can't really see it right now, but I don't know if I can put down the light there. You can see it perhaps a little bit. The cables are going on the other side at the back, and then to the front like this. So they don't cover the fan, so they don't disturb the fan flow. So yeah, that's nice arm, right? See if I can put up the. So yeah, it's a really nice case to work with, and you can also you can see 2 plates over here. You can have 2 SSDs mounted here for like boot drives or whatever. The problem is that there's no airflow back here, so they will get pretty hot, I guess. Yeah, and I also forgot to mention on the back, you can have there's 3 extra slots. It has 9 slots for cards, and in 3 extras you can have like a vertical graphics card if you want to. And there are 3 slots, so you can have a 3-slot graphics card vertically. So yeah, let's see if we can activate my tablet here. So what else? Yeah, the storage base, there were 2 of them down here, right here, and right here, and they were right to next to the power supply, so I actually had to move them. And then I decided that, well, I'm not going to use them, so I will remove at least one of them. But you can't remove this right sort of hard drive bay without removing the left one first. So it's kind of annoying. And they are mounted with screws from the bottom as well. So yeah, it was a little bit annoying to remove them, but I think the case looked better without them because I'm not going to need them either. Yeah. And I wrote in the notes that the dust filter at the bottom, you could only pull it out from the back, but that's not really true. According to the manual, you can pull it out from the front, because the dust filter covers the entire bottom here, so it's quite long. So if you have like a wall back here, you can't really pull it out. So, but right now I don't have the dust filter there, but I will install it again. So what else? Sign top, removal top, yeah. What else? Front door. I removed it because it's a completely flat door, and the intake would be on the sides here, and they are it's not enough. So I just removed the door, and there are 2 screws, one from the front at the bottom there and one at the top. But the problem with that is it got 2 hinges, and it looks kind of bad. So there are covers for those screw holes and stuff, for those hinges. So I took them out from the from this case and put it on the main computer. Yeah, otherwise yeah, and the hard drives, the caddies are kind of hard to mount, because when the hard drives is installed here, on the back plane there, there's a little bit of a metal hatch that you have to slide it in. You can't really see that pin or that hole in the bracket. You can't really see it perhaps, but yeah, it was a little bit tricky to get it in the hole, and then you screw it in. These are pretty stable as well. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah, but that's kind of it. It's kind of nice to build with. And this is the NAS. On my main computer, I will actually swap these fans. These are the Fractal fans that comes with the case. Let's see the model number for those. Yeah, the extra I got are these ones, the Dynamic X2 GP-14, and the 14 is the default, the 3-pin, and I got 3 extra, the PWM drives. So these are the 4-pin. But in my main computer will have the same case, but instead it will have this Noctua fans. The downside is the cables are kind of short, but you got, oh, it's over there, of course. Let's see if I can get it over here. Yeah. So yeah, it includes a 30 centimeter extension cable, and also they got a splitter, and I use this as an extender as well. So I get yeah, some extra length there. So yeah, these are the Noctua fans, 140 millimeters. They are regular case fans, so they don't really have that high pressure. Yeah, I got the case over here. Yeah, here's the case for it. It's a Noctua NF-A14. You can see it a little bit. So yeah, that will be another project, another video. But yeah, it is half an hour video. But yeah, this is the finished result for my NAS. This is how it will look like, at least. The only thing I will change later on are the drives. As I said before, these are really, really old drives. They are even SATA 2 drives, or 3 gigabit drives. The SATA 3 drives are 6 gigabit. So yeah, these are kind of slow, but as I said, I'm going to swap them out. Right now I'm just using this for testing. So I got 5 drives at the bottom here that are 1 terabyte, so they are in one pool right now. And then at the top I got 3 500 gig drives, and they are in one pool, and basically running in RAID 5. So right now I'm just using them for testing. So yeah, this is my sort of NAS project, the finished build. So yeah, let's see if I can actually get some kind of view of the front. No, I can't really. It's hard to see, perhaps. Oh, it's really, really, really heavy. So yeah, you can see the front sort of grille, and I removed the door as well. And there are some plastic stuff there, and just behind on the inside, between just at the fans, there are a dust filter, and you, of course, you can remove the entire front panel and clean it up. And let's see, at the top there you can see I swapped out the top. So this is for the for better ventilation. You got the holes, and there you can see the power button and the USB ports and stuff. So yeah, and let's see if I can move it back. Let's move this, twist it around a little bit. And there's nothing much at the back. Ooh. I can't really, but they're just fans and stuff. I don't know if you can see right there are the 3 extra, the vertical connectors for the vertical graphics card and stuff. You can of course put the other stuff there, like extra USB ports or whatever. You don't have to have a graphics card. But yeah, so let's end the video. So catch you later.